Dear finance professionals and students, welcome to podcast of Fca Deepak Rao, a practicing chartered accountant. Daily news and updates for 5th April 2025. Financial services firm Tata Capital has filed preliminary papers for Rs 15,000 crore plus IPO under the confidential pre-filing route with markets regulator Sebi. The mega IPO will comprise both issuance of new shares as well as offloading of stake by Tata Sons, which owns 93% equity stake in Tata Capital. Tata Capital showed significant financial growth with a revenue jump of 34% in financial year 24. Delhivery to acquire Ecom Express in a cut price deal for Rs 1,407 crore. PE firms Warburg Pincus, Partners Group and British International Investment will fully exit their investments in Ecom Express through the deal. The biggest consolidation move in the new age logistics sector, the transaction, which will require clearance from the Competition Commission of India, is expected to close in the next 6 months. Post-completion, Ecom Express will become a subsidiary of Delhivery. Sebi has relaxed the advance fee restrictions for investment advisors and research analysts, allowing them to charge fees in advance for up to 1 year, subject to client agreement. Fee-related provisions apply only to individual and HUF clients, excluding accredited investors. For non-individual and institutional clients, fees will be governed by contractual terms. In a significant move to streamline the income tax return rectification process, the Income Tax Department has enabled taxpayers to file rectification applications before an assessing officer for up to assessment year 2023-24 through the e-filing portal. This feature, introduced in January 2025, offers relief to individuals whose ITRs were not processed correctly by the centralized processing center due to minor errors. Under the income tax law, the Centralized Processing Center or CPC is mandated to process submitted income tax returns within 9 months from the end of the financial year in which they were filed. However, in some cases, errors apparent from the records may lead to discrepancies in tax computation. The rectification option allows taxpayers to correct these mistakes without resorting to prolonged litigation. Quarterly transactions in the office market reached a historic high of 28.2 million square feet in the January to March period, shows a Knight Frank report. Global Capabilities Centers or GCCs were the largest consumers of office space during the period, accounting for 44% of the total transaction volume. A resurgence in demand from the third-party IT services sector contributed to this growth with a 19% share of the office space market. Third-party IT services accounted for 5.5 million square feet, representing 19% of the total space. India's relative cost and quality advantages compared to other Asian economies, combined with an increasingly AI-driven environment, are likely to attract more occupiers in 2025. Tapering of work from home and the normalization of returning to the office have also fueled this demand for additional space by the IT sector. This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.